Today's video is all about compacting silage. So I've owned a Silapactor for the last 3 or 4 years, and it consists of 9 train wheels, 3.7 tonne, and it does a really good job of compacting silage. Today I am using an MDE Rhino, which is a different style of compactor, but it is designed to do the same job. We're going to use this study here, which is titled Compaction Pressure and Density Profile in Pile Type Silos. It is literally perfect for what I want to show. I'll stick the full study down in the description if you want to look at it, but I'm just going to really quickly summarize it. This study had an extremely simple experimental design. They measured the pressure applied to the silage as it was filled, and then they compared that to the bulk density of the silage when it was being fed out. This is a dangerous place to be recording a video right alongside of the wall. If we skip right down to the results, we read there was a strong and positive correlation between silage density and compaction pressure. So pressure matters. So does a 15-ton tractor and compactor do a better job than a 15-ton loader? Absolutely it does. Another big advantage of using a dedicated machine like a compactor on a dedicated tractor with one man with only one job, which is to roll the silage pit, is it means there's much more consistent results. The research consistently finds huge variations in a silage pit in density, and that is not what you want. You want consistent density. So today, and for the last 3 days, this compactor has been on this silage pit going back and forth from side to side, consistently achieving the same results across the whole silage pit. So that's the two main reasons, in my opinion, why compactors are good. And to be clear, I bought one of these myself with my own money 3 years ago. They give you the compaction pressure you need to achieve really high bulk densities of silage, and they also mean the job is done consistently, since it is someone's entire focus and purpose to roll the silage. So now the hard part. Let's put some financial numbers on this and see if it is worth doing. So it's costing me £6,000 a year to roll my silage. How much do I save from doing it? We're going to say zero saving for the extra storage space, because that maybe only applies to me. Maybe you're a farmer who has enough storage, that's not a consideration. If you're short of storage, the instant return on investment from buying a compactor over building a silage pit is extremely obvious. If we say that by rolling your silage you get better fermentation because there's less oxygen in your silage, you preserve more energy, and you get just 0.1 extra ME in your silage. For my farm at home, that works out at 22p per cow per day, which over the course of a year is £5,800. So straight away, if I get 0.1 ME of extra energy, I have paid for doing this job. So now let's get on to dry matter saving. This is the one where you can really make up some big numbers. Because I was already doing a good job at home, I already had a tractor that had weight blocks on it, was rolling my silage pit, I reckoned I was only increasing my bulk density by 50 grams per kilogram, so I was only saving about 2% dry matter loss. That 2% dry matter loss on my 4,000 tonnes of silage still added up to £3,200 for me. And bear in mind that we have costed this whole system as if you're doing nothing. I already was rolling my silage pit, so that £6,000 cost a year is way overinflated if you're already doing the job of rolling anyway. However, if, like this farmer, you aren't rolling your silage pit, that £6,000 cost per year is a real cost you have to pay. How much money will you save on dry matter loss? Well, let's say that this man is increasing his bulk density by 150 grams per kilogram. This potentially could be an overestimate, but I honestly don't think it is. That equates, on his tonnage of silage, to £14,500 a year. That is at £40 a tonne, but that's the current price of silage. That's a fair market value. So you could argue that that's an overinflated figure, but I genuinely believe in that figure of £14,500 a year. If you're already rolling your silage pit like I was, and this is simply an extra improvement on top of that, it's going to cost you probably an extra £2,000 or £3,000 a year, and it's going to deliver you a benefit of something like £8,000 or £9,000 a year. So it is a no-brainer, excellent return on investment, will make you a few £1,000s more every year. If you're like this farmer who's milking 300 plus cows and just jams his silage in as fast as he can, the upside from you doing this is massive. If it's costing you £6,000 a year to roll your silage, you could easily be saving somewhere between £12,000 and £18,000 a year. There is very little in farming which will give you a better return on investment than rolling and compacting your silage. I have a lot of catching up to do. There's going to be a badly compacted layer where I've been making a video. I will also point out you do not need a 265 horsepower tractor to use a compactor. I use my compactor on our 115 horsepower 3000 series Massey, which was built in 1993, and it does the job just fine. I'll finish this video by saying one thing, that I think the people who have to buy these are the farmers. I don't think that this works for a contractor. Contractors are too busy, they're in too much of a panic, they're in too much of a rush at silage time. For them to take a tractor off their fleet, put it on a compactor, I just don't see it happening. Hope you enjoyed that video. I know it's a little bit more technical, but that's kind of what I want out of this new Farm Theory series. I will also say, you don't have to buy a compactor to get good results. A compactor absolutely is justifiable, it absolutely makes sense, but don't be put off from just trying to roll your silage pit with an extra tractor and a weight block. You don't have to buy one of these. You just have to try and roll your silage. And no matter what you use or what way you do it, it will make a difference and it will pay for itself. So if you want to, I just hit the ground. If you want to be convinced about the benefits without having to spend the money, try rolling your silage pit with a tractor and weight block for a year and see if you notice a difference yourself.
I got these fresh eyes, never seen you before like this. My God, you're beautiful. It's like the first time when we opened the door for we got used to use your role. It might seem superficial, stereotypical man. You dress up just a little and I'm like, oh damn. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Yeah, and now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. Appreciation, well it comes and it goes, but I ride that wave with you. It's human nature to miss what's under your nose.